Hello everyone, this is Shinobi once again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. So today we are going to test out Arlow and see how useful he is, whether his skills are, really good enough for us to build him up, and whether he's the boss killer that we think he can be based on what his skills are. I'm not going to describe his skill set in detail. Please check out my first look video on him. But let's go ahead and check him out. Right, so this is my Arlow, and yeah, I've got 2 more days to test him out. So let's quickly have a look at his gear and his stats. So he's got an STS stat attack. So I have given him a mixed kind of set so that I can give him as much attack as possible. So it's not like a pure attack gear or a pure speed gear. It's just a mix of it. So let's look at his stats. I've given him 5,398 attack, 207 speed, and 155 crit damage, 100% crit, so that his ignites can crit, 96% focus. I wish I had a little bit more better gear on me, and I wish I could use him at a higher level of Rift of Chaos. The only problem is that I'm also using Philida along with him, so that you can stack up as much ignites as possible. And unfortunately, the mishmash of gear of my Philida doesn't give her a lot of HP, and that means that she's not able to survive at 6 or 7. But yeah, even then we can at least test him out and see if he can be used at this stage. Okay, so let's go ahead and test him out. So I'm going to test him out at Earth and Titan stage 5 just because of my Philida. Okay, he was surviving in stage 6, but my Philida died off, and that caused me to lose the battle. So I'm just going to test him out here, and possibly if I can get some more better gear on my Philida, then yeah, I'll be testing him out at 7 as well. So let's quickly go ahead and check out the run. Don't want to waste time in talking about more on him. Let's do the run. So basically what Arlow does is that he places ignite, and of course Philida also helps in placing the more ignites, and he counterattacks as well if the boss or if the enemy or the main target has got 4 or more ignites on them. So that actually deals a lot of damage. Yeah, he can deal a lot of damage. So when I geared him up, I tried to gear him up with a lot of crit damage and also tested him out with a lot of attack rather than crit damage. In both the scenarios, I found that he's doing slightly more damage if he's got more attack, just slightly, not a lot of difference in the damage, but it's better to give him more attack rather than giving him more crit damage. So yeah, but you should give him 100% crit rate, that's for sure. Okay, and that ensures that you're getting a lot more damage on the boss than when you're using without any crit rate. So you do give him crit rate, give him as much crit damage as possible, but it's better to ensure that he gets high crit attack on him, that's for sure. So attack and focus is not a very compatible kind of stats when you're trying to get it from the dungeons, but then you'll have to mismatch your gear to ensure that that comes through. But overall, from what I can see overall in my test, I think like this guy is going to be really good against bosses. So you can see here he's doing comparable damage when against along with Rosalie. I think like he can do more damage if you're able to give him a lot more attack. My Rosalie has got an assassin gear on her, and she's like a 6,500 attack, and she doesn't have to worry about focus, right? So if you are able to give him around 6,000 attack, he's certainly going to do more damage when compared to Rosalie. And of course you do have Philida to increase the number of ignites on him, on the boss. So you can use any other hero as well, like say Asrina, so that they can land a lot more ignites on the boss, and then Arlow goes in and smashes the boss because his damage is based on the number of ignites on the boss. So as much ignites you can give on the boss is what is required for Arlow. And overall I think like he's a good boss killer kind of a hero. You can use him to kill the boss, and so let's test him out in the dungeon as well to see how well he can do there. Okay, so let's test him out in Tulpa and see if he can do something in Tulpa. Okay, but from what I've tested out in Tulpa, his damage is not going to be comparable to that of Garel, because he's not dealing as many ignites as is required. Okay, so it doesn't if I'm using Philida over here so that I can go to the boss and then land all those ignites and then do the damage using him, by that time I will not be able to finish off the waves. So I need to finish the waves and I need to have somebody to clear the waves, right? So he's not going to clear the waves as quickly and as consistently as Rosalie and Bella over here. So it's like you do need him to be, when it comes to waves, it's going to be a problem using him alone. So you can't just use him and finish off the waves. No, that's not going to be possible. But at the boss, he does deal quite a lot of damage, that's for sure. He does ensure that at the boss stage you are able to deal a lot more damage on the boss. But when you look at the overall damage comparison, Rosalie and Bella will be having more damage when compared to him. That's because he's not dealing enough damage on the waves, but at the boss he certainly is doing his job. So I think like he is much more useful at guild boss level. Like when you're using him in guild boss, he's going to be super, it's going to be awesome, because he's going to deal all those ignites on the boss, keep on dealing the ignites on the boss, and keep on counter-attacking the boss, because there's always going to be more than 4 ignites on the boss, and then you'll be seeing a lot more damage coming in from him. But unfortunately I cannot test guild boss using a test hero. They have blocked me from, they are blocking all the test heroes at guild boss, and I wish that we could do that, but unfortunately no. And then we could have seen how wonderful he would have been there. So I think like a combination of Philida and other ignite heroes that can be used along with Arlow at guild boss is going to be massive amount of damage is going to come through using him, because you can see the kind of damage he was dealing at against Rift of Chaos, and against this boss also you can see that the kind of damage he's dealing is good, really good. I'm perfectly happy with the way in which he's doing the damage against the bosses and the kind of damage he's able to do against bosses. So overall I think like Arlow is a good hero to be used against bosses, but still even now the ignite is not as good as the poison explosion done by the Gangelo team along with Gajar. He's not coming to that level. I wish he could have come to that level in which you can finish off Gemini Dragon, and if that was the case, then yeah, we would have been saying that yeah, Ignite is making some kind of a head turn. We can now use Ignite to finish off all the bosses, but unfortunately Ignite has not come to that level. I wish that they will increase the damage of Ignite such that you can also finish off Gemini using someone like Arlow. Imagine a team where you can have Philida, you can have Astrina, and then Arlow, and then Aaron going in and placing all those ignites, and then Arlow goes in and just mashes the boss. But that's a dream. That's a dream to look at. At this time, I can overall say that yeah, he's a good hero to be used in guild balls, in Rift of Chaos. If you're able to gear him up, if you're able to give him that sustenance that he can survive the Rift of Chaos. Of course, in guild boss you can easily you have a limit number of turns that you can survive, and he should be able to do that damage. And I so much wish that I can test him out in guild boss to see the kind of damage he would have done. But yeah, this is what he is. So what do I think about Arlow? I think he's an okay hero. He is going to be there. If you've got him, you can build him up. You can use him in Rift of Chaos and in guild boss and in Tulpa, and of course he can be useful and do the damage against bosses because of his skills, because of his smashing ability on his ultimate and on his special. Yeah, he's going to be very, very good out there. So what would I rate him? I would rate him at against bosses, specifically against bosses. I would rate him around the bottom layer of S tier. Against guild boss, I would rate him at mid tier of S tier. That's for sure. That's for sure. I would rate him that good. Okay, compared to what Odoric is, yeah, he's also a very well balanced hero. I would say Arlow is a well balanced hero. His abilities are well balanced. I'm just hoping that one day Ace would increase the damage of Ignite, make it more relevant, and then yeah, he's going to change things. He'll certainly change things, but right now he will certainly be useful in Guild Boss, that's for sure. So that's what I think about him. Let me know what you think about him. I would like to hear from you, so comment on this video. So until next time, peace, love, and blessings to all of you. Shinobi out.